Having a core of players around, how does that help you kind of start actually preparing for the season and moving forward as a team?
Well, it gives an idea of what we're training for, rather than evaluating players. Now we're able to start implementing what we want to do with them. How are they going to fit into the team, and how we're going to play. So it allows us to work with some reality rather than just evaluations.
Do you feel about how the team has come along and preparing for that first game at the end of March?
I mean, yeah, for sure. It's been a great progress. When I look at even where we were a week ago, the steps that we're making, it's great. I think some of the guys are feeling better, more confident about the fact that they're going to be with us. So now that's one stress off their mind as well. And it's a stress off my mind, because now it's more of like, this is the way you have to be a Timber player, and in terms of your mentality, your culture, what has to be there, so I can be more demanding and pushing on that. And then same thing, it allows them to settle into how are we going to play, and that's key.
How's the dynamic kind of evolving of having the players from T1 coming down and coming in and out of practice?
That's been good. I mean, I think there's been enough people coming down from the first team, and there's also been enough opportunities with some of our guys getting training opportunities or even a playing opportunity in the preseason, that it's a big carrot. So everybody knows that we're here to serve the first team, whether it's if the guys who didn't travel with the first team to Kansas City, it's an opportunity for them to train rather than just and get the ball and still implement our game, rather than getting on a bike or on a run. So that's always better for a player.
And how is it kind of with the fans? You've had a few preseason games. What are you expecting when the season actually starts, with fans from Portland seeing the soccer culture here coming out to games?
I mean, for me, the first time walking out with the first team and the Timbers Army there, but just gives you goosebumps. It's you can see why it's such a special place and why players want to be here, and what drives the organization. So very excited about that opportunity to see what T2 can do to establish the same thing. Will we be able to create that type of following?
Are you still aiming, right, regardless of the signings that you may make in the next week, are you still aiming for that 14-man roster spot, or have you reevaluated that at all?
I think for sure we're looking at 14, and looking to try and get 14 players that with us. Once again, to deal with situations, every injury to the first team that impacts them and their what they have, but also then the trickle down effect. Certain guys that may be with us, so it will help us adjust. And then in the meantime, also we're waiting for the next step will also be, can we integrate some of the academy players or the PDL players into our roster as well? So that may allow us to for sure stay at 14 and do big group tactics as well.
And as you sort of build the team, how do you balance excuse me, how do you balance making sure that you have guys available to you with keeping spots open for the guys who might need to come down from the first team?
I'm not sure if I understand that question.
So if you for example, with the keepers, it seems pretty likely that Jake Gleason's going to be a big part of T2 this season. Do you need to carry two keepers just to make sure you have the cover there? Or how do you balance having enough T2 guys for your lineup with the guys that are going to be coming down from the first team and playing?
I mean, that's part of the roster number that we think. That's why I keep thinking that 14 is about right, and it's once again working with the players to make sure that they're ready for the opportunity with to play. So whether it's right now we've been having two goalkeepers with us all the time, and now Jake is coming back from injury, so that obviously everybody now knows that they're going to have to earn their starting spots. So it's actually it's a good problem to have when you have that type of competition, because now not only are our guys trying to earn a spot with the T2, but now when first team guys are coming down, they're having the pressure of earning and maintaining that spot, and our guys are trying to beat them out as well. So it creates a good competitive cycle, I think, for everybody.